Me. Is this thing on? Hello? Is this thing on? Hello, my name is Yaron, and today I am going to give you a little sneak peek into my Photoshop workflow. Nothing groundbreaking, but it is definitely a little, habit that I created myself. It just gets me through the day. I do this for every PSD all the time, every day. So what I'm going to focus on is basically the versioning of my PSDs. What does that mean? Let me give you an example. When I design something for a few hours, inevitably my PSDs tend to get a little messy. What happens is that I may focus on a few components at once, trying to kind of create this kind of perfect harmony between them. And eventually, as I mentioned, it just gets messy. Some elements work together, some elements don't work together, some clutter the PSD, some don't. Now, instead of just sifting through this mess and trying to delete stuff that don't work and save the stuff that do, what I prefer on doing is basically create a clean slate. Just create a new canvas and start dragging the elements that I prefer or that work well together into the new canvas. And now that's pretty much it. Now you probably are thinking, what's the problem? Basically, just create a new canvas and start dragging stuff into the new one. Now you can do that, but there's a little catch here. I prefer on dragging the elements from the old canvas into the new canvas while keeping the positioning of the old canvas. It doesn't make sense to me to drag elements and start positioning them again. It's just a waste of time. So this is the habit. What I do is basically let's just take this set for example. It's a travel site. I've been working on it for a few hours. I'm kind of bored. It's kind of messy already. I'm starting to get stressed. The perfect solution is just clean slate. Let's just start from scratch. So what I do is basically I take this and I will do a Control A, which is basically select all, and do a copy merge. Now, copy merge here is the key to this trick. If it's not a trick, I wouldn't call it a trick, but to this system or to this habit. So basically, copy merge is key. Why? Because it stores the dimensions of this canvas into its clipboard. Now, that is important because when I create my new canvas, it will duplicate the size, the dimension of this old canvas. Now, this is crucial to this habit because if I want to drag elements into the new canvas while keeping the positioning, both the canvases have to be the same dimension. Now, dragging elements is just pretty simple. Let me deselect. Let's say I love this header. All I really need to do is drag while clicking Shift, while holding down Shift, basically, and dragging it into the new canvas. Boom, it's in the exact position. Without holding down Shift and dragging it into the new canvas, it would position it here. Now, the problem with this is that I would need to go and start positioning this element. Oh, what was that? 20 pixels from the top. Okay, 1, 2. It's annoying. So instead of doing that, you just hold down Shift. Let's say I like this logo. Hold down Shift, drag it into the new canvas, and voila, it's there. That's pretty much it. Oh, I already dragged the logo. Show you a different example. Let's say these tabs. While holding down Shift, I click on that, boom, they are positioned in the exact place. That's pretty much it. One side note: keep in mind that before copy merging, just make sure that the canvas has no empty dead spots or AT&T spots. I'm joking. Such as these. If I select all and do a copy merge, the copy merge won't count the empty canvas. So basically, if I create a new canvas and I drag the header into it while holding down shift, it's still not going to position it correctly because it needs the exact dimensions. So just keep that in mind. That's pretty much it. This is great for, as I mentioned, just creating clean slates. Really helps me focus on just on the design, I guess. Just removing the clutter that just didn't work into a new kind of clean slate. It just really helps me. It also helps me in other weird ways. Let me just get rid of this. Let me show you an example. Get rid of this dead space there. Now, here's a perfect example. Let's say I want to create a list. Let's say this list right over here. Now, they're going to be the same elements because it's going to look the same. Maybe it's just going to be different text. Now, what I can do is basically, and what I did here is, I can just duplicate group, right? And then just drag it down here and position it. What happens is that Photoshop creates this stupid copy thing that I'm sure all of you hate. I despise it. You can see it just creates a mess here. Copy 1, copy 2, copy 3, copy a zillion. It's stupid. So what you can do is take this beautifully named one layer. Let's just eliminate that for the sake of an example. And what I'll do is just, I'll do a Control A, copy merge, create the new layer, put this here, and what I'll do is basically just drag elements into the new canvas, and then I'll drag it back. It'll position it exactly in the same place, and then I'll just have to position it here. And then what happens is it's just 1, 1, right? A better example would be, calling it item, right? Item, 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 item. And, you'll get rid of this copy, 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 which is completely unnecessary. It would be just so much cleaner if it's just called item, item, item. That's pretty much it. I'm sure there are different ways to do this. I just wanted to give you a small sneak peek into my workflow. As I mentioned, I do this all the time, every day. I just become OCD around this whole issue. So I guess that's pretty much it. I hope this helped you in some wacky way. Thanks.